It was a brisk autumn afternoon when the Thompsons gathered at the city square. The town of Millcreek, once bustling, had seen better days. Factories lay dormant, and the once lively streets echoed with a newfound silence. Today, however, the air buzzed with anticipation and purpose. People of every age, dressed in layers against the biting breeze, made their way to the makeshift stage at the heart of the square. Speakers crackled to life, pulsing with music that filled the air, each note a call to action. At the helm of this movement stood Clara Thompson, a resolute woman with a heart as fierce as the flame in her eyes. For years, she had been a voice anchored in courage and determination, rallying her fellow townsfolk against injustices that plagued their community. A factory closure had left hundreds unemployed, and broken promises from those in power had left much to be desired. But Clara believed in the power of unity, in the transformation of despair into hope. As she took the stage, her presence commanded attention. Her unwavering belief in the goodness of people and the power of community painted every word. "Get up, stand up for your right," she began, her voice strong against the wind. She spoke of prosperity, of dreams deferred, and of the relentless fight for what was just. Clara knew the struggle was far from over, yet the vision of a better tomorrow fueled her spirit and the spirits of those around her. Among the crowd was David, a young man who had recently graduated with dreams as grand as the sky. Yet, faced with grim job prospects, his hope had waned. Inspired by Clara's resolve, David felt a stirring within him, a fire he thought had extinguished. Beside him stood Mrs. Ellis, an elderly woman who had witnessed the town's decline over decades. Even in her silver years, this battle was as much hers as it was the young. It was a battle for dignity and respect. The day wore on as speeches intermingled with music, and with every passing hour, the square grew warmer, not from the sun, which dipped below the horizon, but from the camaraderie and shared intent of the people gathered there. Banners unfurled, slogans painted freshly in bold strokes. A single line from Clara's address seemed to resonate above all else: "Don't give up the fight." As dusk settled, shadows played along the cobbled paths, interwoven with a palpable sense of hope. This wasn't merely a gathering, it was the spark of a movement. Clara's voice, once again, pierced the cold, reminding everyone gathered that the change they sought was possible. "You fool some people sometimes," she quoted, knowing smiles reflecting off the crowd. "But you can't fool all the people all the time." United by purpose, they left the square that night with footsteps lighter, hearts filled with new resolve. The next morning would come with challenges anew, but for now, they were unified. A community rising, standing for their right, refusing to quietly fade into the night. And with every step, Clara led her fellow townsfolk forward on the path to reclaiming their dignity, their rights, and their future.